Hello everyone, and real quick I just wanted to say that this video was recorded ahead of time of the original incident that got Doody demonetized, so a lot of the criticism was made before the discovery. Also, he has appealed it, so we'll see what happens from there. Other than that, enjoy the episode. Hello everyone and welcome back to Epic or Trash. Excuse me, I've got all kinds of sinus issues going on because I've been cleaning dust and dirt and animal fur, and I don't do well with it, so if I sound like I'm dying, it's probably because I am. So with that, I'm greeted by one of my best buddies. His name is RJ from Game News USA. Say hello everyone.
Hello, what's going on, guys? Back here today, ready to have some fun and ready to do another video. Please remember to check out my channel and subscribe. I cover the gaming news and whatnot. So here again to have a good time.
Oh, as always, and this time around we're taking a look at Doody streams.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Untalented.
So I want to do a little bit of backstory before we start this up. If I'm remembering all this correctly, Doody Streams and Keemstar, was it last night or the night before, on Locale Live, went at each other, and Keem said that his channel is not, that Doody Streams is not fair use and that he steals content from other creators. So I personally want to investigate it on this show today by watching the latest video that he posted up, which is about DSP. It's dumped by Kino and Mudahar. There's no way they're doing a side stream with Phil. $400 wasted. Well, that title already is fake.
So, what I want to say first is this is actually a piece of content from him that would actually be fair use because he does actually talk and commentate in this video. But you all are going to see why this guy usually doesn't talk in his videos and he just steals content because he's very uncharismatic and not entertaining at all. And y'all are going to see this in this video and you'll understand quickly why, if this became his normal videos, he would quickly lose subscribers and views because he is bad at this.
I tried listening to a little bit before we started this recording, and oh boy. So without much further ado, start the video.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a very sad night. That's right, apparently our boy Mudahar and the Kino Casino folks stood up Phil last night for some reason. Late.
Oh, misinformation right off the bat. Misinformation. So
well, it's old information too, and also he just badly wants Phil to be betrayed by Kino, but it didn't happen. So anyway.
Like a real quick explanation for the reason why is Mudahar is moving from Canada. From what I understand, he's moving from Canada to Texas, moving into the U.S. If I'm remembering correctly, that was the reason why he couldn't be on the live stream, is because he was currently moving and he didn't have his setup like he normally did, like he normally does for live streaming.
Yeah, so
and Kino was trying to find someone else to fit in, but Phil said, "Let's just move it to another date and let Mudahar get a chance at least."
Yeah, so already this reeks of desperation by Doody.
Yeah, and a couple
by Doody.
Yeah, the other detractors were pretty funny about that. And they were like, he is really desperate to get a win on on Darkside Phil. Anyhow, let's continue the video.
In the day, Mudahar decided he didn't feel up to streaming with DSP and just canceled. That's right. And you know, the Kino Casino folks weren't gonna waste their time with Phil alone, so they just canceled on Phil and told him, I'm sorry, but we gotta wash our hair tonight, go do something else. Anyway, let's see what Phil had to say. By the way, yes, your boy Doody is still tracking the broken toilet streak. That's right. And how many? That is a counter where we count how many days it's been since Phil's toilet has been working. And today makes it 1,653 days. Oh my.
What the flying fuck?
Do you know about the toilet story? Because I do. Do you know about it?
No, I don't know about this, and I want to know why people are tracking this. So tell me.
Okay, so I'll spill it to you. So Doody Streams acts like Phil's toilet's been broken for 1,600 something days. And it's true. His toilet's been broken. It's the third toilet in the house. He's acting like it was his only toilet. Now he poops in a bucket.
Oh yeah, his so the spare bathroom. I've had it before where like a toilet went down in the spare bathroom, and it took us like months to get a new one in just because we couldn't afford it at the time, and we had to wait for them to hit the sale.
But it's like it's the third toilet of a house. He even said that, so it's not completely necessary to fix immediately in a house of two people. So even if it took him 1,600 days to get around to it, whoopee-doo, who gives a rat's ass?
Yeah,
that's why Doody calls himself Doody.
Just like really, if you're really that desperate to get a gotcha on somebody, that really tells me you've got nothing better to do with your life when you are sitting there trying to nitpick every little thing in order to get a W on someone. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
But anyway, let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2024. A day that sadly did not go according to full plan. It was still an outstanding day regardless, and I had a ton of fun with the audience, so let's talk about it. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. So today was Black Myth Wukong premiere day. But before we got there, we had a fun level 1 podcast discussing all different kinds of stuff going on. But notably,
I just want to say real quick, I like Phil's new background. I actually do.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of nostalgia right there, and I would assume would be his left. On his right, I really like the YouTube thing right there, where like it shows you the counter, how many people watch, how many people subscribed, like how many likes and everything. I actually would like something like that, kind of sitting right here, kind of like right here, or something where it would be visible, where you could see it, or maybe in the back right there where that other poster is, right behind me on my right hand side. I think that would be interesting to see that right there, like a little counter. Well, that's just me. I like fancy tech like that. I know I'm a weirdo.
No, that's cool. I mean, I think Phil might be improving his show. I still don't really watch Phil all that much, to be completely honest. But anyway,
I watch a little bit of it, and it's okay. It's not great, but I could see why people like him. I could see why. But anyhow, let's continue on.
a drama story, sadly, about a secret detractor Discord being discovered. I wish that I was being like, oh, you know, Phil's being silly. No, it actually was named Secret Detractor Discord, okay? Pretty silly. By the way, I forgot to remove my goals for the day. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. So it was a story about that, some funny stuff, some good hijinks, and just hanging out and having a good time.
All right, yeah, so I want to give my 2 cents on this secret Discord, detractor Discord. No, your boy Doody wasn't part of that Discord. I didn't even know it existed, but my understanding is this was just a Discord that was set up and it had like 40 individuals. Yes, many of them came together due to their hatred for Pig Roach, but it wasn't a Discord where they were plotting anything. It was just a Discord where they slapped the name on it, probably to tick Phil off, and they hung out and essentially just laughed at Phil. They would share memes. They would probably share videos of content creators posting stuff about Phil. They were probably using it to chat about Phil and make fun of him. That's all, not plotting anything against him. And for the most part, it turned into kind of a hangout place where detractors of like mind would hang out, play video games, and chat every once in a while. Just like most Discords, Phil, 99.9% of Discords that are...
No, I'm sorry, Doody Streams, that's not correct on Discords either. I'm sorry, brother. That's not how the majority of Discords work like anymore. Most of them are usually filled with either bots that are designed to give you malware or give you explicit material, illegal explicit material, as I've witnessed.
I just want to point out, for somebody who says he's not in that Discord, Doody Stream sure acts like he knows everything going on in that Discord, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's a little suspicious. Not only that, I saw something suspicious on the video, but I didn't want to say it until I found a good point to pause. I'm noticing that he didn't get this directly from YouTube. Look at the if you look at the channel bar, where the video playback bar is, that's not a red bar. That looks like a Windows Media Player. Not only that, but if you noticed, it had a weird Chinese name, either Chinese or Japanese name to the video.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, that is.
Any explanation?
My suspicion is that this isn't. Either this was clipped by someone and edited in their editor, and then they posted it, and he just got it from a BitTorrent, or that Discord that they were talking about, or he's pirating Phil's content, which is even sadder if he's actually pirating his content. Legitimately, that would be the saddest thing ever if you're pirating a YouTuber's content.
What a scumbag. What a loser. I mean, look at his folders. Look at he has Fallout on here. Like, what does Fallout have to do with any of this shit?
Yeah, I don't get the gimmick of the Fallout. If you're supposed to be this big bad Star Wars tough guy that looks similar to Darth Vader, what does Fallout got to do with it?
Do you know when I was subscribed to Doody Streams in a community post, he talked about, he referred to his wife as his mother?
What?
Yeah, he's a weirdo. I'll go back and find that community post of his. Maybe
please.
It was months ago. I'll find it, screenshot that to you at some point.
Yeah, and if I can remember, I'm probably gonna post that image right about now on screen for the viewers, because I would love for that to be on there.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll send it later.
Oh my god! If not, I can just cut this part out. But
fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not even commenting any further on that. Let's continue. What the fuck?
Are essentially just a place to go and hang out, Phil. And I know because of your experience and what you've used your Discord for, your secret Discords, right, that you tried to deny, where you actually go in there and plot and dox individuals and do your whale calls. I guess you assume that everyone's Discord must be the.
Where was this information? Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Am I really supposed to believe this guy right here that everybody claims is a retarded idiot who doesn't know how to use the internet, doesn't know how to play video games, doesn't know how to use a PC, is somehow doxing people and harassing people?
He's working with someone.
Is he working with Rich or Review Tech USA? Is that what's happening here? You know what? I got a brand new theory. I've got a brand new theory of what happened to Jay. You want to know who's the new editor? It's Phil. It's Dark Side Phil. I guarantee it. You know what happened? Phil and Rich has been conspiring for the last 6 years to screw Jay over. And what better way than by making horrible content? That's my new theory.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's what's happened, right?
Jay's gonna kill me for this one. So is Eric. It's like, the fuck did you come up with this one from? Doody Streams. Oh god, why are you watching him?
Oh man.
Let's continue. Oh.
Way. So it was just a nothing burger story, and Phil just used it for drama content so that he can milk his dents out of more money. Apparently, Phil has taken on the full persona of Kino Casino, folks. He not only did he start talking about drama, start owning the meme, right? start attacking detractors. But lo and behold, folks, he has a sign now back there. Doesn't that remind you of something? It sure does remind you of something. What does it remind you of? It reminds you of the Kino Casino background. So we'll get into that piece once Phil starts talking about it, but I think it's just hilarious.
See right there. Look. You see that, RJ?
Yeah, I see it. That's crazy.
Yeah, you see why I'm thinking there's something up about that.
Yeah, that needs looked into for sure.
Yeah, if I've got some time, I'll probably look into that because I want to see what the hell that's all about. Anyhow, let's continue. Or if the audience members, if you know, please put it down in the comments below. Let's continue.
Yeah. On the podcast with lots of viewers because people were hyped for the premiere of Black Myth Wukong, so obviously the podcast went well. Then we jumped into Black Myth Wukong. The game runs absolutely beautifully on my PC. In fact, the entire night, I only had one fight against a giant frog monster in a really super reflective pond because I had ray tracing on, and I had a few frame dips. Outside of that, it was 120 hertz, 120 frames, literally all day long. No problems whatsoever with the graphics, full cinema mode, everything enabled up high. It was super amazing. The controls, responsive, excellent. Had a ton of fun with this game, didn't feel sluggish at all. By the end of the night, I admitted the best looking game I'd.
But say, talk, Doody. You're just gonna let Phil sit there and talk, and you're not gonna commentate. Like this is supposed to be a commentary video.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like Phil just spouted out a bunch of information. Are you not gonna call him a retard? You're not gonna say he's lying or he's this and that and the other? Maybe he might does it in the next 30 seconds, but that was quite a bit of time to let it pass and not say at least something. Not be like,
I had to break it up. I had to break it up because we were listening to Phil so long. I didn't want us to become Doody streams.
I actually kind of zoned out for a second thinking about it because I was like, I'd seen other gameplays from like Eric and Jay and a few others, and I was thinking about the game. I was like, Phil's right. I've seen it do really well across the board. I wonder if they got a Mac port, and that's when you said pause. I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm watching that video. That's right. I'm doing epic or trash. I'm not supposed to be thinking about playing the game.
Yeah. Hello. Here we are.
Oh God! It tells you how boring Doody streams is that I literally would rather think about what Phil's talking about than watching the video.
Yeah, you forget it's even a Doody video.
You really do. Well, let's continue.
Why? First game I've ever played with full ray tracing like this. The lighting was absolutely absurdly good. So after 5 hours, in a nutshell, this is not Dark Souls whatsoever. This is not Sekiro. This is not Elden Ring. It plays very differently. It plays like an action game, similar to, say, some of the older God of War games, some of the older Ninja Gaiden games, which are very difficult.
I love those games.
Or even like Bayonetta. Like the dodging system feels exactly like Bayonetta, actually. The difference is
Bayonetta's good.
You die after just a few hits. It has the whole temples as your bonfire system of stuff, but it doesn't have a lot of the mechanics of Dark Souls either. Like you don't have to run back and pick up your souls if you die or anything. You keep your experience permanently. Okay, this game has a ginormous tree of upgrades. There's so much to do. I can imagine people playing this and playing it differently because there's so many skills and abilities to get.
Pause a minute.
Overall,
so you got Doody streams this whole time not talking. And it's just Phil talking about the video game. Why couldn't he just cut this out of his video? If this is a video that's supposed to own Phil or something, why did he need all this filler to make the video 20 minutes long?
Over 20 minutes long. It's like going right back to what just happened earlier. It happened to me again. But when he mentioned Bayonetta and he was talking about the way the game system worked, it reminds me a lot of when I used to play Skyrim. And I was thinking about, I wonder if the gameplay is similar to Skyrim. And then you said we need to pause. I was like, God damn it, I did it again.
Yeah, we're doing it epic or trash on somebody who's not talking in the video. Maybe I was wrong of the opening when I said that this was fair use commentary, because I'm starting to doubt it if we continue on and Doody has nothing to say.
Yeah, it's like he's gone. I want to check the time real quick on the video. How long? Phil talked probably from, let's see, about here's when he stopped him. So I said 358, excuse me. He has been talking for a solid 3 minutes with no commentary.
Wow. That's actually long for any commentary video.
Like the longest I've ever gone on any video was 2 minutes before I commented, and that was on a live stream, and that was because I was letting the comments from Jay play out because Irish kept interrupting what Jay was saying. I was like, hey, let Jay finish, let the sentence of the video finish, and then let's comment on it.
But let's be for real. Doody streams most of the time is uploading 35-minute clips with just an intro, no commentary, and that person's clip of the video the entire time with no commentary at all.
With like chops here and there that you can clearly see where it's designed to, where it looks like it's manipulating the video. Very rarely have I seen, like, this is where I'll give Snort Hogan credit when he posts it, he or she, because I'm not sure what their gender is and I'm not going to say for certain. When they post up, they at least want not only to give you an intro, outro, but they give you the full clip. You get the full context of everything, and they don't use bullshit clickbait titles like he is using. They actually he gives you a pretty good description of what the clip is going to be about.
And I was also going to say, Doody streams is like the absolute opposite of me when it comes to making content. I'm a person that pretty much uses no edited clips, no clips at all. It's usually me talking my full thoughts into the camera, old school style, which is completely the opposite of what Doody stands for, which is let's just take somebody else's content and upload it with very little to no commentary whatsoever.
And then you got me, where it's the variety, where there is no clipping.
Streams like these, and you do react streams like these, and they're fun, and that's why I come on here to do them.
Yeah, it's like I do videos like this. I do drumming videos, is clearly demonstrated by the background and the fact you can see my drums. And then on top of that, is you got the wrestling stuff, because there's going to be a wrestling podcast starting soon as well.
And unlike me, you can actually edit. Unlike Doody, you can actually edit, because Doody's just uploading whole clips and not really doing all that much editing himself to keep the workload down. You'll actually edit your videos as well. So just wanted to point that out and throw you a bone.
Oh, I appreciate it. So I'm going to skip over this part because honestly, no offense towards Phil, but I'm going to reserve my judgment for the game when I play it. I just want to... Well, apologies. I had a little thing I had to take care of real quick, and there's a new Dr. Pepper in front of me. Who knew? So, as you were saying, RJ...
I'm just ready to keep going with the video.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead. That's right, because I was skipping over... I wanted to get to this point. Yeah, there you go. So let's get to what he's going to say.
Look up something so I can provide some statistics on stationary myth beg Kong. That's what I'm calling it. That's right. That's what I'm calling it. While Phil was playing this game, I'm going to be calling it the stationary myth beg Kong. Yeah, I caught some of it, and man, the guy just is terrible at games. He played the first optional boss, right? The first optional boss right out the gate for some odd reason. He decided to go up this against this, I think it's called the Wandering Light, which is just an optional boss. And they tell you not to actually, if Phil would have read up, they tell you not to go right after it because you can't, the reward you get for beating it, you can't collect that anyway. You have to have other things in place before you can collect that. And the idiot didn't listen, didn't bother looking, and he actually took over an hour to beat this thing, just wasted everyone's time. Finally beat it and then couldn't collect the reward.
Well, how was that? Oh, okay. So first of all, how was that wasting people's time? People were entertained watching him get his ass beat over and over and over again, trying to beat the boss. And so what if he couldn't collect the prize? So what?
Is he talking about on Elden Ring?
No. So one of the bosses in the game right off the bat that you can run into on the whatever the fuck he decided to call the game, which is actually not it. Black Wuhan. He decided to call the game, which is actually Myth.
Yeah, Wukong. Yeah.
On the game, there's as he described it, it's called the Wandering Light, and it's a boss that pretty much so hits you with all kinds of light attacks, so like lightning bolts, things like that. At least from what I understand, because I've seen parts of the gameplay. If you fight this boss, you're supposed to have certain weapons that are designed to kill it pretty easily. Phil didn't have any of those. He just went right at him. I'm like, something I probably would have done.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So Doody Streams is going to try to get on Phil for killing a boss he shouldn't have been able to kill successfully. Say he's bad at gaming, even though he did something that he's not even supposed to do, and he did anyway. He's going to get on to Phil for not already knowing what to do. Like, what do you do, Doody? Do you just look up every guide before you play a game and don't explore and wander and figure stuff out on your own? You fucking loser.
Like, I've done it before when I got stumped on a puzzle and I don't know what to do, and I'll look it up. Or if there's something about a boss I was not aware of, like I'll go
into the game already. You don't go into the game already looking at a guide and not enjoying your own experience.
Yeah, I usually explore around for a little bit before I look at any guide, and the only time I look at a guide really is if I'm trying to unlock a Easter egg or something like that, because I saw it and I wanted to try it out. Like in Fallout 4, there's a Easter egg where you can get the alien weapon, the alien plasma pistol. That's like extremely powerful, and the higher level you are, the better the weapon is. And I went and looked up the Easter egg. When I got the weapon, I was like, it eats a fuck ton of ammo, but when you hit your opponent with it, it might as well be like the golden gun from James Bond's GoldenEye. One shot, one kill.
So a few things though. Doody, if I play video games like Doody might play video games, I would be bored to tears. You're just repeating what somebody else already did. But you know what? I'm not surprised, because considering he's a guy that steals people's content and uploads it, he would also be the kind of guy that looks up cheats on how to play games right off the bat without trying himself. Hell, he probably doesn't even play games. He probably just watches other people do a walkthrough, knowing him.
Like, there's some games that I can't play on Mac OS, and so it is what it is. I'll watch other people play it, and when I am watching other people play, it's because I want to see what their reaction is to it, not so much just the game itself, but what is this person's reaction to it. For example, Faith, which is about a priest named John Warren who is having to fight the devil's cult, led by a guy named Gary Miller. And he's trying to save his best friend, he's trying to save his former wife, and he's trying to save his community from Gary Miller's unholy trinity. I liked watching it because I love watching people's reactions to it. Like, Markiplier was one of my favorites because he's not a religious person at all. So to me, it was funny watching him reading those Bible verses and not understanding what they actually mean. And then when he's playing the game, he's like, "What the fuck am I doing?" He's like,
and that's cool and all, but Doody will sit here and he's criticizing somebody else's gameplay. Where's your gameplay, bud? Where was your? How about you show us how it's done? Then you make a video showing us your gameplay and how it's done. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with Doody Streams. All talk, no action.
Yeah, all bark, no bite.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue on. Although that is a pretty funny face of Phil. And I love this guy. We'll eventually do a epic or trash on him because he's phenomenally funny. But anyhow, let's continue.
Of course, like Phil, he has to sit there and blame the developers. Dude,
he didn't blame any developer.
Google search, a simple YouTube search, you would have figured out that you shouldn't have fought that boss and waste an hour and 20 minutes trying to beat it. It's so pathetic, Phil. And of course, it's just boring. He's terrible. He mashed.
But this is the same argument that was made against fucking Elden Ring. And you detractors went after everybody who bitched about it.
Oh man, the inconsistency is absolutely crazy. The hypocrisy, it's on another level with this man.
Oh my god, I don't know who's worse, him or Rich. Oh, I may need to do a versus video. Who's the bigger hypocrite, Review Tech USA or Doody Streams?
no. Who's just the worst content creator between the two? I do a versus on that. We go over it. We can debate each side.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's continue.
On this game like he does with Street Fighter. Like if he thinks it's so funny because with this system you have to roll. Like when they attack, you kind of have to roll out of the way. You can see that he's clearly just mashing buttons because it's not a clean roll. It's kind of like a jump roll and like a fight. Like it's just a mashup.
Does it fucking matter how he rolls out of the way? Really?
Buttons, and it's not entertaining.
You're gonna be that fucking. I gotta pause it again. You're gonna be that fucking nitpicky over how he rolls out of an enemy's attack? Really?
Oh my God.
You really got nothing else to get him on. Really. Out of all the heinous shit he's done, out of all the things he's said about people, this is what you got him on?
This is what actually makes you get out of your shell and talk? Oh, how he rolls away from the boss?
Who gives a fuck if he jumps? And if the jump gets him out of the attack, the jump gets him out of the attack. And you know what? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use a combination of moves to get the fuck out of the way when the boss attacks you. That's what you're supposed to do. The fuck is this fucking Gamergate bullshit logic? The fuck is this? Excuse me, anti-Gamergate logic, because this is anti-Gamergate. Oh my god. It's like the fucking people who said that if you were part of it. It's like the people got butthurt at A-Big Eric when he made a joke at one of their friends' expenses. I'm like, really? It's like, well, that shows he's misogynist. He's misogynist because he wants to marry her? The fuck? How's that check? That's cultural. The fuck? Oh my god.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ, let's continue. Oh God,
she beat a boss, and then he fought that similar boss after last night, and it literally took him another like 45 minutes to beat the damn thing, and it was the same exact boss. Like, why couldn't you apply the same things you learned on the first time you played that Wandering Whites? Why couldn't you apply the same tactic that you learned? Pathetic. Anyway, I looked up
wow. You heard that, right?
Well, yeah, proof is in the pudding, though. But, Doody, you don't have a gameplay of Black Myth Wukong, so how do we know you're better than Phil? We don't.
Phenomenal YouTuber. Let's continue.
The videos, he got 500 views. He got 500 views on those playthroughs. So while a little bit better than what he normally gets, it's still craptastic. For example, my playthrough or my video mocking Phil's playthrough got, I think, 7,000 views. So there you go, Phil. Suck on that.
He said suck on that. He stole it. He literally tried to claim it was his playthrough and then turn around and changed it and said it was Phil's playthrough that he was mocking. Brother. Doody, hold on real quick. Doody, for those comments of saying you basically tried to steal his content, you are a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great. And you don't understand, you have now just given fucking Keemstar so much evidence right there alone. Your channel could be taken down because of your statements. So once again, you are a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great. A grade A dumbass at that.
Thief, liar.
Literally. Like, I don't have to replay it. If he wants evidence, he can just replay the video again or replay his video where he made that statement. All right, I'll pull up the time code when he said it.
Or whatever.
He said it right about right there at the 8 minute 36 second mark. 8 minutes and 36 seconds. I am stuttering because I'm so pissed.
Dude, I mean, this guy, I am normally the most anti-censorship person on planet Earth. If I ever got big enough on YouTube, I refuse to have a mod. You actually know that through conversation with me.
Oh yeah.
And because I am that pro free speech. This isn't free speech at this point. You are just stealing content, flatly, openly, flat out stealing content.
And taking the views that should belong to the original creator and keep them for yourself. Because here's the thing about me. Like, most of the time when I'm covering stuff, it's been weeks or months since that video, and even years since a video was uploaded. So it wouldn't matter if my video was uploaded or not. I'm, one, not stealing from the content creator, and two, I'm showing you not only the title of the video, but I'm showing you the creator, whether or not if I'm subscribed to them, and some of the other creators that I follow. I am freely advertising creators. I am not stealing anybody's content.
And I'll put it this way too. Look at somebody like Breaking Banquet who covers wings. Breaking Banquet videos are very creative, despite the fact he actually doesn't talk or do anything like that. The Breaking Banquet videos are taking Wings' clips, but they're very quickly edited together. In fact, it would take several hours to be editing Wings' clips the way that he does to tell a story about Wings. And I think that work is transformative enough. Doody's work is not transformative enough. This work right here that we're watching is just barely transformative enough, but we had to cut so much out of it of dead air on his part of watching Phil just talk. But this is actually the most transformative work Doody normally has. Most of the time, his work is just other people's shit. Phil's particularly.
It's like, for an example, the reason why, like the drum covers, and I'm just gonna expose the behind the scenes with this. Like, all my drum covers get, if they're not by independent creators who I know, all the ones that do like the major songs and stuff like that, I get hit with copyright IDs left and fucking right, and I don't fight them. Even though I probably could, I don't, because I don't really feel that they are that. And this is the truth. I don't feel like they're that much of fair use to me. And plus, I'm not looking to make money off of that. I just love posting drum covers because it also works as a back catalog from when I do work with local bands and other musicians. I have a catalog that I can show them, like, yeah, I've done almost any genre you can think of. And like, these are all these songs that I've done. And it's gotten me a lot of work. It's gotten me a lot of attention. It's how I've gotten a lot of the stuff that I have now.
I didn't know you had that trouble with the drum covers. I thought that, to me, that's totally fair use. You're transforming the work. It's your drumming. So the fact that you're getting hit with strikes and this asshat could walk around freely is absolutely enraging to me.
It demonstrates how YouTube system is pretty much so broken. Like, if you look at my subscribers, I only got like 420, and that's fine. I'm appreciative of every single person who ever subscribed to my channel and whoever will. But take a look at his channel, 19,700 subscribers and counting.
420, smoke up. Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
We better get back on the rails. Let's continue.
So to finish up what I was saying, like, and you look at that, like, look at how many people have liked this video. And because YouTube turned off the dislikes, you don't know if more people hated this or less people hated it. You have no clue. All you know is, oh, this many people liked the video, so I must like the video then. Unfucking-believable. Let's continue.
Because of that, they had to cancel. Like, I actually told them, hey, we can do whatever. If you guys still want to do a stream, we could still do it. I don't know if you want to do the gameplay or, you know, what you want to do. It would really be their call what they wanted to do. And so at first they said, yeah, we're probably just still going to do the stream without Woodhard. It'll be just 3 of us, or maybe we can get 4. But then they were like, nah, you know what? We just want to cancel it for now. And I was like, all right, well, if you guys want me to appear on your show in the next week instead as like a makeup for this, I'm down for that or whatever. Or if we can schedule this, I would love to do it. So anyway, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. I don't. Okay. So I guess we'll see what happens. But sadly, the co-op didn't happen. I wanted it to happen. It was completely out of my control, and it sucks that it didn't happen, but I guess that's life. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. But I would like to still do it in the future. You know, there's no reason for me not to do it. Anyway, what ended up happening was the casino guys sent their viewers over to my channel for a late stream, which was a second stream of Blackman, and it went well. So, by the way,
hold up, no, Phil, that did not happen. That did not happen. You averaged like 300 viewers on that stream last night. I'm not sure what the hell you're talking about.
Well, maybe only like 100 or 200 of them went over. So what? You can't disprove it beyond a shadow of a doubt that no one from Kino Casino came over to his channel. You cannot prove that unless you work for fucking YouTube and you are at the fucking behind the scenes bullshit, which then that lets me know you've been manipulating something and you should be fired then. So fuck off with that one. And then secondly, bullshit, you don't know that wasn't for a fact what happened, because that is exactly what fucking happened. What Phil described is exactly what went down. I watched it all go down on Twitter. I was following everyone when it went down. PPP even said that they were going to try and make up another stream with Phil and either Mutahar or another guy named Josh, who I believe is friends with Mr. Medicare.
Right, but I mean, the thing is, he's sitting here trying to pocket watch Phil whenever Doody's entire business model rests on Phil himself. And on top of that, Phil makes a lot more money than Doody because he actually receives donations through his live streams and stuff, which got a boost from Kino Casino recently as well. And Doody Streams is jealous of Phil. Like, that comes across to me that he's actually jealous of Phil.
Absolutely. Like Renton Liar, I think is the name of the guy, and I apologize, fella, if you're watching this, because I know he watches some of my videos, especially because he likes my drum covers. He's told me in private before, that's why I know. He was talking about, he was like, he thought that was the funniest fucking thing ever, that Kino Casino was working with Darkside Phil, and they got Darkside Phil to come out of his shell and admit to everything without forcing him to admit to everything. They did exactly what the side scrollers should have done, beat for beat, exactly what they should have done. And I told him I agreed with him. I was like, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They accomplished everything and then some.
So when it comes to people I've seen on Twitter, like Written Lighter or Dark Sea to Flow, or people like that, John Riley, who put up clips of Phil or Rich or whatever on Twitter, I have no issue with that whatsoever. It's Twitter, and they're short clips, and they're fucking hilarious.
And usually there's some funny context to the clip for the reason why they posted up or shared it, and they usually give really funny, or they get funny thoughts in the reaction comments to other people who comment. Like, often I would just go to Renton Liars just so I could see what the hell he says, because I love his commentary. And one of these days I would like to get him on the show just so me and him could shoot the shit on a couple of videos. I would love to get his thought process on Otherkin.
But I don't lump all them in with Doody Streams. Doody Streams is his own special person.
Yeah, special.
If you know what I mean.
Special in a lot of ways. Really special.
Exactly.
Well, let's continue.
Casino, they get a couple thousand viewers watching their content. You had an additional 50 people on that stream, so don't act like they sent over the whole mafia, the mob over. You still don't get it, Phil. You don't get it. Okay, yesterday there was a cope session with the whole Kino and Mutahar, which turned into a June the King documentary cope, where he talked about how, no, folks, they're not trying to get me. They're not trying to trick me. They don't want to mock me. No, that's stupid. His whole cope and dance over the whole Mutahar and, of course, the Kino Casino folks.
Oh, he's struggling to see Mutahar.
Last night should have told them something.
Yeah.
The mere fact that Mutahar canceled, and then all of a sudden Kino guys were just like, yeah, no, we want to cancel, even though Phil still wanted to do it.
Well, I wonder why. Maybe it's because they promised that Mutahar would be on, tried to get Mutahar on. Mutahar said he couldn't do it, and they decided, you know what, it's better if we just work it out, get another guest on, and make it happen. Because if you didn't know, that game actually is dependent on you having more than 2 players. And the game he's referring to is called Chained Up. And that game actually works better if you have 4 or more players.
Right. So there's actual purpose behind it that Doody is leaving out in the context of the conversation. And And yeah, but I'm ready to continue if you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's continue.
Because he thought, hey, even if it's just me and the Keno guys, a lot of their viewers would come watch me, even though they were both streaming it. So all the Keno folks would watch it on Keno stream, and then all of DSP's regulars would watch it there. So he really wouldn't benefit. Now, yeah, he'd probably get some money because he usually, the dents whale out for him, and of course some of the Keno folks will come over and drop some money to keep the vestry going. Or I'm calling it the broken toilet seat. The broken toilet street. That's what I'm calling it. Continue that nonsense, right?
Hold up, wait a minute.
That should have told Phil right there.
What I was gonna say is, he's sitting here acting like cross promotion between YouTubers and people on Kick and different content creators is a bad thing. Doody, if you actually talk to other people and collabed, that would probably help you out.
Dude, this logic right here he's using is how you kill your channel. This is how you kill your channel right here. You want to know how you kill your channel? Follow his advice to the fucking beat. Don't work with anybody else. Just steal their content. Maybe put a couple of lines of dialogue. Maybe make a stupid fucking intro that isn't funny at all. That's retarded as hell. And then put an outro that nobody gives a fuck about, if you put an outro out there. I can't believe anybody subscribed to his Patreon. I really can't.
I can't believe. Didn't it make you sick to your stomach knowing that he's, I'm not saying we're coming off as jealous or nothing, but it's got to make you sick to your stomach to know this motherfucker's making money off of Patreon whenever he has this level of content on his YouTube channel. Who is paying for this crap?
It gets me not because I'm jealous. It gets me because I'm confused. I thought on Patreon and whatnot, at least when I was reading the terms of service, that you were supposed to be making good content and you were supposed to make more exclusive content. So I don't know what the fuck he makes on Patreon. Maybe he does an OnlyFans style Patreon. I don't know. That's my.
A lot of people look to Doody has the. He's just a Phil detractor. So we support Doody because he's a Phil detractor. You guys need to use a little more nuance to this. You need a little more looking at each individual detractor and determining if that person's a good person or a bad person or worth your time, or if they're a thief or they're an asshole or whatever. You need to use a little bit of common sense and logic and separate yourself from the raw emotion of, I don't like Phil, therefore I like Doody. You can dislike both. You know what I mean?
It's I don't really like Phil and I don't like Rich either. And Rich is technically a Phil detractor. So what does that tell you? I don't like John Riley. John Riley, that son of a bitch, decided he was going to make fun of me and my dad. And I told that motherfucker exactly what I thought of him and what I'll think of him when I get to whooping his ass if I ever see him.
Oh, and I didn't even know that about John Riley, because I like the stuff I seen from him on Twitter. Just made me laugh. That's all. I didn't know anything else about.
Yeah,
his
me and
backstory.
Jocelyn went at him one time because he popped a joke at Jocelyn and he was claiming I was one of his gay lovers. So I let him know that I thought he was the world's biggest piece of trash and he wasn't that funny. I was like, that's fucking about as homophobic as you can possibly get without actually saying I want to kill all homos. And he was like, yeah, I'm not going to take advice from this guy that looks like this. It looks like you got two chins and doesn't work out ever, doesn't do anything with his life. I'm like, motherfucker, you got a picture of Rich as your profile. You don't ever show your face, you fucking coward.
Yeah,
John Ryder, if you ever see this, there you go.
Hey, only cowards don't show their face. Only cowards wear a mask on their videos, right?
Hey, fucking men, as you're wearing a mask. It's like the ultimate hypocrisy.
Yeah, I'm just being funny when it comes to that. I don't really care. I'll keep wearing the mask. I have specific reasons for when I'm going to unmask, but we'll get to that later.
I'm gonna say I was the one that told you to go with the gimmick.
When I get monetized, I will unmask for a $500 super chat. That's the deal.
Yeah, it'll be your version of taking the shirt off, except for thank God you won't be taking the shirt off.
Even though I have been known to take the shirt off once or twice in one of my videos.
Well, it'd probably be fair. Your house is probably like 110 fucking degrees, like mine is, and I regret the choice of wearing black today. I regret that choice deeply. Anyhow, just like Doody's gonna regret wanting to take me on if he ever decides he wants to take me on his channel.
Imagine if he wants to have a debate with us right here. I'd gladly accept the challenge.
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of friends who would love to come in. Oh man, it would be fucking feeding the sharks. Instead of feeding the trolls, it'll be feeding the sharks. Because the house always wins.
Why is the Kino guy so keen to cancel? Like, just out of nowhere. They didn't say, well, okay, let's us three, it'll be fun. We had fun the last time we got together. Phil, that should have told you right there that the Kino guys aren't interested in you. They find you to be boring, and they're using you, Phil. They wanted Mudahar there because they wanted Mudahar on. They wanted you there as kind of this side joke, minstrel that would be there as where they could sneak this you. That's what they wanted to do. Kino folks and Mudahar in there would essentially just sneak this you, and of course feed your ego and make you feel important and make you feel loved, to low your inhibitions down, right, so that you would be eventually willing to do an interview with Mudahar. That's what this is, and I just don't understand why he.
Mudahar wants to do an interview with Darkside Phil. Wait a minute, hold up, Doody. When did you hear this one? I never heard this in any of Mudahar's videos, tweets, posts, nowhere. You got some DMs that you want to show us there, buddy?
He made some headcanon up.
I want to see this evidence. I want to see this shit. There's no way in hell. Mudahar's fucking bigger than Darkside Phil. He's got more fame than Darkside Phil. He's been around for a similar amount of time as Darkside Phil. He doesn't give a fuck. He's even said it multiple times he doesn't give a fuck. Unless DSP decides he wants to start a cryptocurrency coin like a dumbass, then that will catch his attention. Or he's running a charity scam. But other than that, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Mudahar personally dislikes Boogie a lot for Boogie's shit. He's commented plenty of times on other content creators, but Muda goes on whatever shows he feels like going on when he wants to go on them. That's really the truth. He's that big, he could do whatever he wants. And for the most part, he's scandal-free. And so, Doody is just wishing and hoping that Mudahar and Kino and everybody hates him, and that this is all part of some elaborate ruse to felt DSP. But in reality, DSP's already made quite a return on investment when it comes to working with Kino Casino.
Really?
So even
$5,000 on the night they all streamed on his channel. $5,000 came through in just super chats alone. The memberships added another 500, and then on top of the viewership afterwards, for understand, he pocketed nearly $10,000. YouTube's going to take a cut of that, so he pocketed roughly the gross total amount he would have is 10,000, but the net total he would have would be about 6,000.
By the way, is double the amount of money that Doody Streams makes in a month by his own admission when he shared a screenshot of his earnings, which he makes about $5,000 a month from stealing other people's content, that's more than all the money Review Tech USA has made this year in donations, but just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of wish that money went to Rich instead of Doody, to be dead honest with you. I kind of do. Maybe then Rich might would have left Jay alone.
Maybe he wouldn't have had to try to hack his bank account, allegedly.
Yeah, would have had to allegedly try to screw Jay over. Now that I think about it, maybe that money should go towards Rich. Maybe we should start a campaign called Doody Funds Rich.
Well, Rich helps promote Doody so much by watching his videos on his channel. Doody might need to send Rich a thank you note.
Yeah, a nice big paycheck. A birthday card with a nice check.
That relationship would probably go south if Doody decided to start clipping Rich.
Which, from what I understand, he did. And Rich apparently is okay with it.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, okay with it. Well, I haven't really seen any clips lately of Rich on Doody stuff. Everybody else, not Doody though, so makes you wonder. Anyhow, let's continue.
See that? Like, what memory hole is there in his brain that's not allowing him to do that? I think it's his pride. I think he thinks that he's such a meaningful content creator that if only you're willing to give him a shot, you will see his brilliance, and his brilliance will overwhelm anything the detractors or anything negative that he's ever done. And that's what he needs. So the Kino Casino saw the light, and of course Mudahar will see the light. I'm guessing that's what he's thinking, but I mean, yesterday should have been a red flag. I mean, the Mudahar and the Kino cancellation was akin to saying, I can't go out because I have to wash my hair tonight. That's what it was. And Phil...
Oh my God.
You want to go first?
You go ahead.
I was going to say, he's making everything so complicated when it's really, really freaking simple. Mudahar was busy, couldn't get on, and so they had to reschedule or do something different. And all this other reading into stuff is complete and total bullshit in his head on his part. That's all.
So I'll quickly explain my point, and then we're gonna finish up this video because I cannot take a fucking another minute of this, honestly.
You have to get towards the end too when he starts stuttering really bad. So I would continue after this.
I'll skip towards the ending of the video, but to give my point as calmly, as politely as I possibly can, because I'm trying not to scream into the microphone like Rich does, because I hate that too. The thing about this duty is, if you had bothered to do any bit of research on any if you just followed PPP, you would have known that as soon as Mudahar dropped out, they said they wanted to continue to stream. So they went and asked Mr. Medicare, because that also meant Mr. Medicare could have interviewed him at the same time. Mr. Medicare said he was too busy. So they went and asked a couple of other creators. One of them was named Josh, if I'm remembering that one particularly correct. They said they couldn't. And from what I understand, PPP and Worski both said that they talked to Phil. All three of them decided that mostly the Kino Casino said it was better if we just cancel it for now and we do a makeup one later. Phil isn't completely wrong. Phil just gave his side of his point of view of it, of not completely understanding it, because maybe he wasn't completely in the loop. I've been in that boat where bandmates were canceling stuff, and I was not aware that stuff was being canceled until about 2 days before the event. And I had spent months preparing for said event. And so that meant all that money and time and effort I put into it down the drain. So, as far as I'm concerned, Doody, this is what you are, and you just need to accept this fact.
Dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great.
You just need to accept that.
You're a dumbass.
You want to know the finishing lines to that?
Yeah.
You're a grade A, number one, bona fide, first class. You're a dumbass, and you're a dumbass, and you'll be one all your dumbass life.
Oh man.
let's skip to the end of this one because I'm just done. Fucking really. Let's see. What time is it? Well, right here. Is that where he starts stuttering? At the 17-minute mark?
Let's just shoot from there. Let's see what happens.
From the 17-minute mark.
Down the drain. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. The Voom is not one of the better ones. I've actually purchased something like this before as a background display for some other things, and the Voom isn't the best one. And yeah, the Voom app isn't the greatest. No, Phil, it's not made by non-English speaking people. Phil, God, just leave this guy to be a racist and throw in just prejudicial shit.
Okay, because the majority of people who work on code are not from the U.S. Seriously, the majority of apps actually usually come from either Japanese, Chinese, Taiwan, or India-based corporations. Very rarely do you see apps made in the U.S., and that's because the majority of them are subscription-based. Because, Doody, you're not a coder. You don't do this shit. You're not an IT guy. You're a
dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great.
And even if the app is from the U.S., I guarantee you they outsource quite a bit of that work to other countries like China because it's actually pretty easy to have them write the code, you double check it to make sure there's no back doors, and then you install it.
You are taking him to task right now, bro. You are schooling him.
And I don't code. See, the thing is, I don't code. I've studied it. I've studied cybersecurity. This motherfucker doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. What the fuck?
You know the debate.
The fuck is he talking about? And look, even if the app again is made in the U.S., I guarantee you the majority of the code was probably written by people who weren't speaking English. You know why? Because it's actually cheaper to outsource the work for the code to other countries than it is to actually pay the people here in the U.S. to do so. You know why? Explain to me why Adobe has so much fucking issues, yet they make billions of dollars every year. It's not because they use their U.S. employees to write it. Fucking idiot.
What a dumbass.
Literally, what a dumbass. Unfucking believable. And again, why does it fucking even matter? How is that racist? How is any of that racist? It's not like he was saying that they don't know how to write code and that he knows how to write code because white people know how to write code better than, say, black people. He didn't say that. That was not his statement at all. So again, there's no racism there. My statement would be more racist than him, and I'm just using an example. You are ruining the term racism. Stop it. Stop doing the same thing that people do with the term pedophile. Stop it. Stop ruining it. Fucking correctly use it when it should be used. This is not racism. This, at worst, is ignorance. At worst.
Yeah. Is Doody Streams pissing you off more than you thought you could be?
Because I don't understand how you can be this fucking ignorant. Because he does not a one fucking video on his channel, and I've watched dozens of his fucking videos. Did he ever say he was a coder or an IT tech? I actually got friends who IT tech. Like, Sexy Coco is an IT professional. He's been doing it for fucking decades.
You know why they call him Doody Streams, I think?
Because Doody comes out of his ass, his streams out of his ass more than... No, excuse me, because Doody streams out of his mouth more than his ass.
You knew exactly where I was going.
Unfucking believable. I don't give a fuck that he stutters, because this is fucking retarded.
Yeah, it wasn't just about the stuttering. I did want you to hear this part too, which luckily you've seen it, so...
Again... Okay, the app sucks, and he says it was written by people that was probably India. Because more than likely, the majority of the apps that I have were either written by a Chinese or a Japanese corporation on my fucking iPhone and my Mac. I know it because I checked the publishers. And as a matter of fact, Apple makes it where they have to show you. Microsoft does the same fucking thing. It's part of their security, is to show you, yes, we verified these are the corporations that made the code. that made the application you're using. And okay, so what? It sucks. Who cares? And he's bitching about it. I bitch about fucking Streamlabs all the time and how much of a problem it gave me on Mac OS. And it wasn't until they finally gave it the recent update that now it properly works on Mac OS and is not just an iOS app pretending to be a Mac OS app. You fucking retard.
Can I be honest? I knew this part right here was going to infuriate the hell out of you. That's why I wanted you to hear it.
Oh, yeah, infuriation doesn't begin to describe it. This guy's talking out of his ass.
Usually I'm the one that rants and raves on my channel, which we can show here in a little while. We can show the ending of my Crow review, how I ranted and raved about somebody saying it was better than the 1994 original. That was great.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna enjoy that comment. I guarantee it. Just like the same way I'm gonna enjoy dumbass streams over here. That's what I'm gonna call them from now on, as dumbass streams, because that's the only name that's appropriate for him. Talk about how he somehow knows more about coding than Phil, when neither one of these motherfuckers code anyhow.
The only thing he codes is where he puts his DoorDash order.
I know, right? I guarantee you this guy's never developed an app a day in his life. I want to see this shit. I want to see where he knows who made it, exactly where and when and how. I want all that fucking information because it is publicly available. So, Doody, show me. Instead of just talking shit, show me some facts. I want to see some facts.
Yes, facts. Please, for once.
Because, like, for example, Streamlabs OBS. They use OBS as the main portion, yes, but they, when developed the proprietary software of their chats, of the YouTube chats to show up on screen, they did the money tipping system proprietary. The screen capturing actually is the proprietary one. If you didn't know, most people don't know that. They actually developed it themselves because, especially depending on the platform you're using, it can be broken. Like I was mentioning earlier about Mac OS. They did a lot of work on the audio sections. They've done a lot of great stuff for it. They developed the logos and the tags and everything and the system and the way you can record with it. Like, that's why my streams look fucking good, is because they did the majority of the work for me.
Yep.
But this motherfucker over here, what a dumbass. Let's continue. But I'm gonna let it play out, and then as much as I can.
It's his always go to when he doesn't understand something. It must have been made by some dumb foreigner. You know, just like he always says, the DoorDash driver, when they screw up his order, it always has to be an Indian guy that can't speak English. I love it, Phil. Just keep exposing your.
Because maybe it is the majority of people that bring him his food in his area are Indian descent. You know why? Because that's where a lot of the really good jobs are, is where he lives, which is in like expensive gated communities. So a lot more of your foreigners are going to go there. Am I saying he's not being an asshole? No, that's an asshole move. Dick move, not racist. Asshole. There's a difference. Racist would imply that he was implying that white people are superior to Indian people. That would be different. That would be racism. He's not implying that.
He acts like Phil has said this before, but then proceeds to not show the clip of Phil saying it. Where's the clip of Phil saying this about a DoorDash delivery? Where, Doody? Show us the clip. You clip Phil all day long. Clip. And then where's this clip?
You can at least find, like, yeah, here, like, and I'm going to put the postcard up of that video if you want to check it out after you're done watching this. Or, hey, I'm going to link it below. Or here's the title of the video if you want to go and look it up. Like, if you did something like that, I would have been like, okay, yeah. So clearly there's some kind of evidence to prove that he said that.
Because if Doody is asking me to believe him on faith alone, he can go fuck himself, because he isn't a man worthy to take his word on anything.
Because because he literally just demonstrated he has no idea about coding. He doesn't understand that the majority of code is usually written by foreign countries because it's cheaper. Legitimately, it is cheaper to hire techs from across the world to write the code for you, package it up, and send it to you than it is to pay for techs here in the U.S. It's like you made 75% more money hiring immigrants and foreigners to do it in other countries than you do here in the U.S. That's why a lot of companies make such high fucking profits. It's because they often just have just enough U.S. workers to overlook the code and check it to make sure there's no backdoors.
That's a fact. There's nothing racist about pointing out a fact. And also, on top of that, it's not just Doody is not intellectual about what he's speaking about. That's a whole nother side issue. Biggest reason I don't want to take his word on anything is because he has no morals himself, because he's a thief. So a thief, to me, his word means nothing. His word means the shit on my shoe, which is what Doody will always be.
Unless he wants to start fucking improving his content and actually starting to do something, I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. And he can call me whatever the fuck he feels like. He can say that I'm a racist bastard, which is going to be funny because I have plenty of black friends and plenty of friends who are Asian. I can just keep going down the races of people that I know because I don't give a flying fuck about your race. You are a person, and I love you for being a person. And that's exactly how I am. And I'm sure he's going to clip that, and he's going to be like, see, that means he loves raping children because he said that. I guarantee you that's what he's going to do.
He won't clip it. He might just take your whole video and upload it.
Yeah, he might clip like this whole section, upload and be like, see, this guy's coping and he loves raping children. He admitted to it. Like, you clearly took that all out of context.
The title will be something like Whorehouse Media loves to diddle with the little ones, and have that as like a long title, and then nowhere in the fucking conversation do we even talk about it, because this is just how Doody operates.
Yeah, clickbaity titles that have nothing really to do with the video or have barely anything to do with the video. No real evidence. Stutters all over himself all the time. Doesn't bother to edit that out. Because if you're such a great editor and you're such a great fucking YouTuber, you're telling me you can edit out the stutters? Like, I edit out my fucking stutters because I stutter. I will admit, I fucking stutter from time to time. I'm not saying I have any kind of speech impediment. I am not implying I have any kind of medical condition that makes me stutter. I think it's just because I'm extremely exhausted all the time, and part of my brain, the part of my brain that's supposed to run the speech portions just goes, me.
Sometimes when I'm reading something like somebody's review or something, maybe I stutter a word here or there. That's fine. Hey, we're human. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't really edit my stuff anyway, I've already said. But when it comes to Doody and the rare instances of him speaking, not only is he intellectually not making any sense whatsoever, and he's morally bankrupt, but on top of that, he's got terrible charisma, and the way he talks is really fucking boring.
He's your boy, Doody Streams. Like, hold up. I just came. It's like to new viewers, when you make statements like that, you're basically implying that they're already like, you already subscribed to my channel, you already did this and that and the other. Hey, you're my boy, you're my man. Come here, let me suckle on your wallet real quick. Like, that's what that fucking comes off like. When I say, like, hello, everyone, and welcome or welcome back, or when I use hey, horror nights and stuff like that, is when I'm using the hey, horror nights is because I'm talking to my core audience members. I'm talking to them, and I'm telling them, hey, come and check this stuff out.
Yep.
On each of my platforms, because I have core audience members on each one of my many fucking different platforms, because I was a dumbass who decided that I needed every fucking social media there is, because fuck privacy.
Hey, you gotta play the dumb song. You gotta play the dumbass song for yourself on that one, though.
Yeah, I have to. I really do. I really brought that one on myself.
We grow and learn. You grow and you learn.
But to be fair, at least wise, I have a massive audience across multiple platforms instead of just one. So if one goes down, I still have a few others.
Not me. I've stuck all my eggs in an Easter basket like I'm a fucking cracked out Easter bunny.
Oh my god, that should be your next mask, is a fucking cracked out Easter bunny. Oh my god, that would be great. And you'd be like, and in today's video, we're going to be covering. Oh, wait a second. In today's video, we're going to be covering over Review Tech USA's retrospective. Hold on one second. Hey, what's up, Doc?
You know who needs a backup plan, though? If someone needs a backup plan, is Doody fucking Streams. Once taken down, he has nothing going on for him.
You know what I bet? No, I don't think Keem's going to be able to get the channel shut down, but I do. You want to know what I think Keem's going to do? Just based on this, I think he's going to get him demonetized, kicked from the YouTuber program, partner program.
That'll do it for you.
Like, because that won't take the channel down, but it would definitely make it to where Doody wouldn't have an incentive to use the channel anymore. And I guarantee you he'll try avoiding that ban by starting up a new channel or any different name and using some kind of voice changer or AI software to do the voiceovers.
Yep, I don't feel bad for him. Sorry, can't.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't feel bad for him either. So, should I go ahead and let it finish playing out? Yeah, you know what? I'll let it finish playing out.
The racist ways there. Good God. Anyway, yeah, he spent about $140 on this. $140 plus $140 on the white back, the tiles, and then he spent $50 on LED lights. Three things that he did not need whatsoever. So we're talking about what?
Bro, LED lights. LED lights. You not fucking understand LED lights are what studios use. Studio grade LED lights. Because they're about the purest white you're gonna get next to standing out in the fucking sun. Like, I'm actually using studio grade LED lights right now to record this video. That's why I'm getting the color shading that I'm getting.
How much time do we got left on his video?
We got about another 6 minutes, and I gotta wrap this up.
I can't do it. I think I tap out. I tap the fuck out.
Yeah,
this guy is
white flag, done. Fucking done. Let's go to your channel. I'm sorry. Garbage fucking video.
Is that one of the worst videos you ever seen?
You know what, honestly? That was worse than Rich of Review Tech USA's game retrospective. Worse.
So you got the trash rating on your your Discord thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it for both of us. I'm just gonna go ahead and spam it.
Yeah, spam it. Hit it multiple times.
You're a dumbass.
And that's how I feel about it. And I think, Doody, personally, you should be...
Inform you that you're fired
from YouTube, because your content is fucking garbage. Useless garbage.
We're about to go to my channel for this video here. And if you go to 22 minutes and 45 seconds in, that's when I start my rant. There is more entertainment out of the last 2 minutes of this video than Doody Streams has ever produced in his entire fucking career by his own words.
Is it 22 minutes or 21 minutes?
22:45 in. This is just a small clip from my channel, Game News USA. If you all like it and want to subscribe. I did a movie review on The Crow.
Yeah, I'm going to drop a like on it right now.
And with the new high review I've seen on here, a 4 out of 5, a fresh tomato, saying an improved redo of the 1994 cult favorite. Shut it down. I'm done. No more looking at these reviews. That is absolutely horseshit. We literally have sat here, review after review after review, talking about how this movie is soulless. It's boring. It only has one good scene. It's not right. And this jackass is actually going to come in here, and I'm not even somebody who cares that much about The Crow, but this jackass, Rafir Guzman, is going to come in here and say it was an improved redo of the 1994 cult favorite. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That is so ridiculous to say. You should immediately be fired from being a movie critic if you actually believe that. Okay, I could be tolerant of some of these fresh tomatoes on the screen, but that is the most ignorant thing I have ever heard, maybe in my whole fucking life. Unnecessary. And I was having a good time going over these reviews. I wasn't really raging. I wasn't getting upset. And then this bullshit pops on the screen. Better than the 1994 cult classic. Get drug tested, my man. Get drug tested, my dude. You have got to be kidding me right now. I can't imagine what an actual fan of The Crow would say about what you just said. Can you actually show your face in public, walk up to somebody that loves The Crow, look them dead in the eye and say, oh, this is better than the 1994 movie. What?
So, as someone who's a fan of the original, here's all I gotta say to that critic.
Dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're great.
What a dumbass. What a dumbass. Unbelievable.
You hit the dumbass limit for the day.
Yeah, I'm done. Yep, that was the fucking icing on the cake. So, trash video by Doody Streams. Fucking boo. Boo Urans and boo you. Fuck you, Doody. Horrible content. Seriously.
Fuck you, Doody. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Doody. Fuck you, Doody.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I started clapping, my dog was barking, so they're like, fuck you, Doody, but in dog speak.
But anyhow, with all that being said, that is going to end the show for today. Thank you so much, RJ, for joining me, and also fuck you for making me watch that video.
All right, have a good one, man. I'll see y'all later. Y'all find me in Game News USA. Thank you. I'm out. Peace. Have a good one.
And make sure you join my Patreon, subscribe to my channel, like, share, give me pity bucks through Streamlabs, and you may just find yourself on this show. And until next time, this is AJ Timbs of the Den of Timbs signing out. Have a good one, everyone.